Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. Now, as promised, I said that I would go through my Cohorted box, which arrived at the beginning of the month. And you know what? I was so delighted because I really was going to cancel last month. And I would have been so annoyed if I had, because this month, the Cohorted box was exclusively Ofra Cosmetics, with the exception of a little sample of Hawaiian tropic sun protection. That takes me back to childhood. Do you remember? That's the only sunscreen you could get in the 70s. I remember going on holiday to Spain, and that was available then. Real blast from the past. It's definitely been going for a number of years, I remember. I'll be interested to open that just to smell it. And see if it takes me back to holidaying in Spain when I was 9 years old, or even 8, I think. Wow, a long time ago. Anyway, so let me take you through this Cohorted box. So first of all, there's some HD Volumising mascara. I didn't know Ofra did mascara. I always knew that they did highlighters. Now, also, I've already put my base on, which was a bit silly, but there is a primer here, which I will try. It says no buts, prime first. Cool as a cucumber. I should have done that today because basically it's very hot outside, and I bet you this is very cooling. Very good for if you're like me at that time in your life where you actually feel the heat a lot more than usual. Hot flushes and all that. Look at that. Oh, beautiful bottle. So this says, cool as a cucumber, never skip a cool down with this moisturiser mattifying duo. This double duty primer uses workhorse ingredients cucumber to lock in the moisturising benefits of coconut oil, cocoon nut oil and macadamia nut oil while still soothing the skin. The velvety texture of this unique primer allows the skin to feel quenched, but also smooths over pores for a perfect base for makeup application. So, silly me already put some of Charlotte Tilbury's one on, as you know, her SPF primer, but I will open this if I can work out how to open it. There we go. And just try a little bit on my hand. Got to pump a little bit before it starts going. So there you go. It looks sort of blue. Yep, feels very cooling. Yeah, I can imagine that's going to be a very cooling primer, and it's got a little bit of stick to it, which is good because it will help your foundation stick. So I will try that soon. But I really like the bottle as well. I think it's a really pretty bottle to have with your makeup. So that is the Ofra primer. That was the first thing. Now, just bear with me. I'll get the next item now. So there was also some pressed powders. Now, this one is Americano bronzer. Now, I deliberately didn't put my bronzer on. I just put on my foundation so that we could try this one out. So let's have a look at this. I haven't opened many of these yet. So that's the bronzer. It's quite a dark one, but I'm quite tanned at the moment, so I probably need a darker one. And it's got a lovely sort of sun-kissed glow to it. Let me just put that on my inner arm like that. So I'm just going to get my bronzing brush, and I will be right back, and I'll try some of that on. Okay, so I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's bronzing brush, which you can't get anymore. You can get one that's her blush brush, but this was a bigger one that she used to sell for about 60 quid. Oh yes, that's going to suit me quite well in the summer. It's quite a dark one, but for the summer months, this is going to suit me quite well, and definitely down on my chest where my skin is always a little bit well, quite a lot lighter actually. Sweep some of that down onto my chest. I like that. It's got a lovely glow to it. Look at that. Molting brush. No. Come on, Charlotte, stop molting. Very nice. It's got lovely glow. Let's go a bit mad. Why not? It's a lovely summer's day. Put a bit across my nose. Just to make it look like I've been kissed by the sun. Right, happy with that. So that is the Ofra Bronzer in shade Americano. So moving on to the next item. Okay, so another pressed powder. This is called Snuggle Up. And it is a highlighter and blush palette. So I do like this packaging. It's very sort of minimal but pretty. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. Now we're going to have a choice of highlighters in a minute. So I'm going to show you some of the highlighters in a second and we'll swatch them and then I will put one on because we're going to have a big range of highlighters to look at. So here is the blush. I think I'll put the blush on though. So that's the blush because that's a perfect peach to minimise hyperpigmentation. And then this, Ofra do highlighters really well. You can always be seen from Mars with an Ofra highlighter. Okay, so I'm going to put a bit of the blush on. I'll just get a nice blush brush. Actually, I've got one in front of me. And I'll just put some of that peach on to try. And I like the fact that it's a matte blush as well. What with the bronzer having a little bit of shimmer in it, and obviously the highlighter's very shimmery, it's nice that the blush is a nice matte. I like that shade, and that is going to colour correct some of my pigmentation on my cheeks. It's like a darker version of Charlotte Tilbury's First Love, which you know I love. I like that a lot. I'm going to just sweep a little bit up on my head as well. Very, very nice indeed. So that's the blush. Now, I will maybe try that highlighter, but as you will see coming up next, I'm going to have an awful lot of highlighters to choose from. Okay, I could not believe it when I opened up the box and saw this. This is the Glow Up palette. And I've looked at this for years and thought, can't justify buying that amount of highlighters from Ofra. But it's got a combination of, and it's again in the most beautiful packaging. Look at that. So let me just take this out the box. That's the sort of presentation box, but that is the actual palette. Isn't that pretty? And then we open it up and you can see that there is a combination of, oh, I'm glad that they frosted out the glass. There's a combination of quite a few. So there's Beverly Hills, which is the, I'm just looking here now, because that one, I'm trying to work out from the back what they all are. Let me just work this one out. I think this one must be, now that one's called Beverly Hills, but obviously as you can see it's a mixture. So I don't know why it's called Beverly Hills. And then next to it, this one is Star Island. And then we've got underneath Star Island is Blissful. And then Rodeo Drive. Okay, so I'm going to swatch all of these for you. And obviously that big one, I'm going to swatch you all the different shades. Am I going to run out of arms? Let me do it on here. So this, first of all, I'm going in with the big colour wheel, and I will combine these as well. So that's the first one. Then this is kind of a muted pink. And then very light shade. So I'm all good for highlighters now. And then we have a peachy one, which is probably better for me at the moment because of a bit of a tan. And then an even darker one. And I think the idea with this is that you're supposed to then mix those all together. So if I just do a mix of those by sweeping in the middle, you will see what they look like mixed together. And then we have, let me just double check the name again, Star Island, which is this one. Then Rodeo Drive is the one under Star Island, no, Blissful is the one under, oh, I love that one. I love Blissful. I think I might have to try Blissful. And then Rodeo Drive. So you can see, not short of highlighters, as well as that one on that side. Now, of course, you don't just have to use a highlighter as a highlighter. You can use them on your eyes. So I'm going to do a little bit of a kind of look. But there is one more product before we finish going through this box. So the last product in this box, and I think, apologies, I think I've thrown away the leaflet, but it was about £200 worth of Ofra cosmetics. I think I threw away the leaflet with all the prices on it. Silly me. But this is a lip product. It's called a liquid lipstick, and it is in the shade Nude Potion. So let's try this. I am going to be changing my lipstick in a minute. Hence the reason I've got this red top on, because I'm about to put out another video in a minute. So yes, quite light. I think I might just give that one away to my niece or somebody with fairer colouring, because it does not suit me at all. Sorry, Ofra. Let me see if I can turn this into a bit of a stain. No, that's not me at all. So that one's going away. That one's a giveaway to one of my lucky family members. Very nice if you got fairer skin, but it's definitely not for me. I'm sure you can see that. Anyway, let's get on, because I'm going to take this off and I'm going to put some of this highlighter on, and I'm also going to put a little bit on my eyes. Okay, I'm glad I've taken that off. I'm going to go in with this highlighter here because I really like the look of that. And I think especially at the moment with a tan, as you can see, when you put on Ofra highlighters, there is no mistaking them. So I've just put them on with a highlighter, a little fan brush. Very, very pretty. I'm going to be very, very glowy here. And you can see, so what I might do is I'm going to be doing another look in a minute, and I've got something in mind for my next video. So with that in mind, and I'm trying not to give too much away, but I will put on a little bit of highlighter onto my eyes just to show you that you can use these as eyeshadows, obviously, as well. So if I just get rid of that creased foundation first of all, and then I'm just going to put some of this pink one on my mobile lid. That's very, very pretty. Why does that look blue? Maybe there was some blue on my brush. Let me try that again, or maybe it's just the lighting. I'm going to do it with my finger just in case. Now, of course, what you can do with the very light one is place that in there, but go easy because these are very, very shimmery, like so. And then with this one here, actually, no, I'm going to take this one. I'm just going to dot some of that with my finger under the brow bone, just to give me a bit of a lift. Okay, and I'm all ready for my next video where I will be opening some goodies from Victoria Beckham. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm really happy with this box. I will try and get all the details and the prices of all these products and put them in the description bar below. See you all very soon.